What is up, planet Earth and beyond? We are going to be dismantling this wall to start off with. So let's go ahead and get that dismantled. And voila, the wall is down. So I'll probably be just doing a single color up until we get to where the rock work kind of takes into effect. So I'll probably go up to about right here. Not sure entirely what color to do yet. We will think of a color. This, by the way, is not saying it was just part of the build when I built the bat shuttle over there. And so, when I built the bat shuttle, and I just kind of set it in there, I thought it looked comical and kind of gives very Batman-y vibes. So that's just going to kind of sit there for a bit. But yeah, so we're basically just going to be rebuilding this wall and making it look more cohesive with the new theme that we've got going on right now. Okay, so I've gone ahead and redone this wall, and I don't know about y'all, but to me there's a night-day difference of just how fluid that looks, and so I really like that. I also got a little ahead of myself when filming, and went ahead and got this portion almost done. I'm probably gonna continue plating off right here just so that it looks a little more filled in there. But yeah, it went up a lot higher, a lot faster than intended. I think a lot of it was because I used a lot of these 1x2x3 slopes instead of the 1x2x1s or the 1x2x2s. There's a couple of those throughout here. Just really trying to get this up and finished. I gotta finish this rock wall, gotta finish this giant gaping hole, and then I gotta finish the rock wall on the other side, which I haven't even really started yet. Gotta redesign the faces on these. I've been really fighting on just capping this off at this line right here and just having that be finished. Yeah, I've got so many other things I want to work on, and I really don't want to keep ordering more pieces for this. So I'm really just fighting capping it off. I really want to add the rest of the containment unit cells. So I'm still fighting myself on what the best course of action is. But I'm really upset that there's a couple of lines here that I ended up missing when I was doing the colors. But it is what it is. We've gone ahead and grayed out and topped off this corner here. I kind of gave it an abrupt ending. I'm not sure that I love it. But like I said, I'm just trying to finish this portion off. I got the tower here. I haven't decided entirely yet if I want to have like a full person here, if I just want a spotlight going down. I've gotten some of the other stuff out of the way here so that I can focus on this portion here. So we were on the right corner section that we were just looking at a little bit ago, and I'm looking at this wall, planning on going through and finishing up the rock wall on this side, and I just can't ignore the glaring obviousness of what this hodgepodge mess is. So I'm probably going to break it down to about right here, and that's where I'll probably bring the rock face up to about right there, and then we will go ahead and rebuild this similar to the way we did this side, to where that it's actually level. I kind of like these sand green pillars here, so we'll probably leave that in just to give it some contrast of some kind or another. But originally I was just trying to make it look broken up, and this just looks too broken up, so we're going to go ahead and tear this down and replace it. I went ahead and left some dark tan in there just to kind of break up the monotony. This isn't lined up perfectly. It's like slightly off, and it's bothering me, but that's as close as I could get to capping that off, and I don't know, it looks better than just having it open, so that's what we're going to do with that. I've gone ahead and capped this. It's almost level with this. I just have to add one more plate up here, and this will be level. was debating on the best way to create a strong structure of connecting this, because there's giant gaping hole right here with nothing to attach it to, and then I realized that I could just attach it to this corner here. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and make another base on the top here and just cap this off. Okay, so I've gone ahead and made a Technic structure for the inside of this one, hoping that it will keep it more sturdy in case if I do decide to add another layer. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to do that. So should I choose, I have the option, because this one I would not want to put another layer on. I don't plan on putting another layer here, so it's fine, but this is not as strong as it looks because there are just bricks in here. And so I was really hoping that this will at least give me the option should I choose to continue to go taller. I did decide to go ahead and revamp the heads on these statues here. So the one on the left is the one I had before with the regular shield, and the one on the right is the one that I was kind of planning on designing once I realized how awkward just the shield looked, but I wanted to keep that shape. And so I've gone ahead and designed this. I had it slightly different originally. I had it like this to kind of round it out, but I feel like it looks like a football player like that, or like, I don't know, some kind of 60s rock singer or a dude with an afro. It doesn't look good like that. I thought it would, that I'd round it out a bit, but I actually feel like the squareness and the simpleness just goes much better with the overall look that I've been going for. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and design the other one and just repeat that. Debating on whether I should do a light gray now. One second. I've gone ahead and switched the left one to the light gray design of the same mold. And if it wasn't for the giant light gray shoulder pads, I don't feel like it would work. But I don't feel, because of those, like, I don't feel like it works without it. Like, I feel like if it was like that, I feel like that looks better. But I really like the shoulder pads, which makes me feel like this one looks better. I think I'm going to go with the one on the left for both. It just gives it that contrast. Because the one on the right, it just kind of disappears into the background. So I think we're going to go with the one on the left just to kind of keep it looking like a sculpture. I've gone ahead and made them both light gray. I went ahead and added an extra plate underneath them to kind of raise them up a bit. I feel like that really elevated it a lot. Really excited with the way this is turning out. As I got looking at where I'm going with this, I unfortunately realized that I think it would be better to have the building continue up in the main entrance here. And so that means I'm going to have to take this apart, this roof piece, and add a bunch of Technic structure to it like I did with the last one. I don't know if you can tell, but just holding itself up, it's already bowing really bad. So I might create a pillar or two down the middle just to hold it up, as well as tearing out the center and adding a bunch of Technic to it to keep it sturdy. So that's what we're going to do next. I went ahead and just added it to it rather than tearing it down and starting over. That way so that I can get an extra layer inside of there and also help hold it together, because the structure's kind of not the greatest structure. So hoping that adding a second layer will help with that. I've gone ahead and created the balconies on the two upper layers. We're going to attempt a central tower of sorts here. I'm going to continue building up as high as I can. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing in these rooms, or if they're going to have interiors. As of the moment, they might just be a facade, just so that I can get kind of a higher tower at the center, just to kind of fill out what I'm doing here. Alright, so I kind of got ahead of myself, but I've just been trying to build up these walls here. I'm trying to utilize as many pieces as I can to get this as tall as I can. So see some Gamorrean guards and other aliens encased in carbonite on the walls. I don't really plan on having an interior in this tower as of right now, so as long as you're not looking too closely through the windows, everything should line up here. I've gone ahead and re-replicated what I did with my Basil's, the Batlord's Castle faux front that I did. Just trying to recapture that Gothic style. I really liked that and the look of that, and so just trying to replicate that again here. I'm not sure if I love it, but just trying to incorporate a little more Gothic design into the Asylum here. So I'm going to keep going up. I want to at least do 1 or 2 more layers. My dark gray is really limited at the moment, but I really want to try to get as much height on this as physically possible. So we have gone ahead and tiled off the next section of our tower here, and really liking how this is turning out. I think I have enough for 1 more smaller short layer, so that's what we're going to try to do. I just want to get as much height as possible with this, so I think I'm going to try to go 1 more tier up. I used up the last of my gargoyles, or grotesques, depending on the purpose. I think for these they would be grotesques, as there's no water spout portion of them, but most people call them gargoyles. So looking to get that going. Here we have another Technic frame that I've gone ahead and filled in with some bricks. I've gone ahead and used Technic on the outside this side because my plan is to tile this off. So that way I can use these long Technic bars to kind of give me a little more gray. Alright, so then what we'll do is we'll just set these on. Sorry, it's kind of hard to film this in with one hand and do the other with the other. But I'll have to line them up here in a minute. But that's kind of the idea, and then I'll probably do studs on them like I did here. And we'll probably do studs along the sides like I did here. And that'll probably wrap up this week's portion of Arkham Asylum. And little spoiler, if you're watching this, as long as you're not watching it within like the next 20 minutes of me posting this video, most likely the finale is up. I've actually got a little bit ahead of myself and went ahead and finished the MOC. And so please go check out that video as well. Remember to like, subscribe, comment what you think down below in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.